leftovers. But what if the contents of your fridge were actually a treacherous kingdom filled with expired dairy dragons and condiment caverns? Today, we're diving into a tale that might just make you think twice before opening your fridge door.
Oh, you've got my attention now. Are we talking about some kind of culinary horror story?
Well, you're not far off. We're about to embark on a journey through the treacherous landscape of forgotten leftovers and expired condiments. It's a story that will have you reaching for your sword, or maybe just a really long spoon.
I'm intrigued. So who's our hero in this fridge-based adventure?
Our protagonist is none other than Sir Snacks-a-Lot, the bravest and hungriest knight in all of Fridge Kingdom. Now, I don't know about you, but I can already relate to this guy. I mean, who hasn't felt the call of the kitchen at midnight, driven by an insatiable hunger?
Oh, absolutely. I think we've all been Sir Snacks-a-Lot at 2 a.m., staring into the abyss of our refrigerator, hoping for a miracle. It's like a universal human experience, isn't it?
It really is. But our knight isn't just looking for any old snack. No, he's on a quest for the holy grail of leftovers, the last slice of pizza. And let me tell you, the stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just about satisfying a craving. It's about conquering the final frontier of takeout.
The elusive last slice. It's like the unicorn of the culinary world. Everyone talks about it, but it's rarely seen in the wild. And where is this sacred slice hidden? In the most perilous of places, I assume.
You've got that right. It's tucked away in the treacherous Tupperware Tower. Now let me paint you a picture of this formidable fortress. Imagine a leaning tower of plastic containers, each one a potential trap for unsuspecting fingers. It's a place where time stands still, and leftovers go to either evolve or dissolve.
Oh no, not the Tupperware Tower. That's where dreams go to die and mystery foods go to evolve into new life forms. I can almost smell the forgotten curry from here.
And it gets worse. This tower isn't just a passive obstacle. Oh no. It's guarded by the most fearsome beast of all, the expired yogurt dragon. Now, I don't know about you, but I've encountered a few of those in my time. There's nothing quite like the heart-stopping moment when you realize that innocent-looking yogurt cup is actually a ticking time bomb of dairy disaster.
Haven't we all? There's nothing quite like the terror of opening a yogurt container and being assaulted by that unique aroma. It's like a biological weapon wrapped in convenient packaging.
It's a smell that can clear a room faster than a fire alarm. But our brave Sir Snacks-a-Lot is undeterred. He's armed himself with the essentials: a trusty fork, the shield of saran wrap, and the mighty sauce packet of destiny. Can you imagine going into battle with condiments as your primary weapon?
The sauce packet of destiny? Now that's some serious weaponry. Although, let's be honest, we all have that one sauce packet that's been in our fridge since, well, we can't remember when. It's like the sword in the stone, but stickier.
And don't forget his secret weapon: fuzzy bunny slippers for extra courage. Because nothing says, "I'm ready to battle expired dairy products," like adorable footwear. I mean, if you're going to face down a yogurt dragon, you might as well be comfortable, right?
Of course. Everyone knows that fuzzy bunny slippers are the ultimate armor against fridge-based peril, but our hero's journey is just beginning. His first obstacle? The dreaded pit of questionable produce.
Ah, yes, where good intentions go to die. How many times have we bought lettuce, swearing we'd eat salad all week, only to find it weeks later, transformed into some kind of science experiment? It's like a vegetable graveyard in there.
Too many times to count. And let's not forget the guilt-ridden cucumber collapsing under the weight of its own shame. It's like a vegetable version of The Picture of Dorian Gray.
That's a literary reference I never thought I'd hear applied to produce, but it's surprisingly apt. Sir Snacks-a-Lot manages to navigate this treacherous terrain, dodging the slimy remains of good intentions and forgotten diet plans. But his trials are far from over. Next up, the Condiment Cavern.
The condiment cavern, where hope goes to die and mustard goes to multiply. I swear, condiments breed when we're not looking. How else do you explain the mysterious proliferation of hot sauce bottles?
They must. How else do you explain the mysterious appearance of Grandma's Mystery Jam 2017? And let's not forget the ominous warning about the eruption of pickle lava. I'm both terrified and intrigued. Can you imagine the chaos of a pickle jar explosion? It's like a briny volcano in your fridge.
I have so many questions about that pickle lava incident. Was it a slow build-up of pressure? A sudden eruption? And more importantly, did it leave everything with that distinct pickle smell for weeks?
These are the questions that keep me up at night. But before we can ponder the physics of exploding pickles, our hero faces a new challenge: Bonnie the Buck. Now, this is a character that deserves some attention. She's described as a fat, porky, hairy princess with an inexplicable hunger for adventure. Talk about breaking princess stereotypes.
It's certainly unique. And apparently the more Bonnie eats, the more substantial she becomes. It's like she's trying to become the entire kingdom herself, one snack at a time. Talk about emotional eating taken to the extreme.
Absolutely. It's said that her royal backside grows with every bite, much to the dismay of her increasingly strained throne. Can you imagine the palace carpenter trying to reinforce that seat? Your Highness, we're going to need more wood. Again.
Poor carpenter. I bet that's not what they had in mind when they dreamed of working for royalty. But Bonnie isn't just there to raid the fridge, is she? She has a challenge for our brave knight.
Indeed she does. Bonnie, in all her portly glory, has a riddle for Sir Snack-a-Lot. What has no legs but leaps, no teeth but bites, and loves a good fridge raid? Now, I have to say, as far as riddles go, this one's pretty on-brand for a food-obsessed princess.
Oh, I love a good riddle. Any guesses? It sounds like something that could be lurking in the back of my fridge right now.
Well, given the context, I'd say it's hunger itself, which is exactly what Sir Snack-a-Lot guesses, much to Bonnie's delight. It's a clever answer, don't you think? Hunger does seem to leap out at you from nowhere, especially late at night.
That's clever indeed, although I can't help but feel that Bonnie's riddle game needs some work. But I suppose when you're constantly thinking about food, your creativity might be a bit limited.
True, but Bonnie's not letting Sir Snack-a-Lot off that easily. She demands half the pizza when he finds it. Talk about a high-stakes negotiation. Can you imagine going through all that trouble only to have to share your prize?
I mean, if I had to solve a riddle every time I wanted a snack, I'd probably lose weight pretty quickly. But not Bonnie, apparently. She just keeps growing, much to the dismay of her increasingly strained throne.
Poor throne. But our hero presses on, with Bonnie waddling behind him, complaining about her rumbling stomach. Finally, they reach the Tupperware Tower and come face to face with the expired yogurt dragon. This is the moment of truth, the culmination of our knight's quest.
This is it, the final showdown. Our brave knight, armed with his sauce packet of destiny, faces off against the most terrifying of foes, dairy gone bad. It's like a lactose-intolerant person's worst nightmare come to life.
The description of this yogurt cup is the stuff of nightmares. An ancient container with a bulging lid, a faded Best Buy date, and mysterious green mist oozing from the edges. It's like H.P. Lovecraft wrote a cookbook. The Call of Cthulhu's Cuisine. Now there's a bestseller waiting to happen.
The Call of Cthulhu's Cuisine, coming soon to a nightmare near you. But our hero stands firm, demanding safe passage to the sacred slice. You've got to admire his dedication to the cause.
Absolutely. And then The moment we've all been waiting for. The lid pops open. Can you imagine the smell? It's described as an unholy mixture of expired dairy and broken dreams. I think we've all experienced that particular aroma at least once in our lives. It's the kind of smell that makes you question every life choice that led you to that moment.
Oh, without a doubt, it's the olfactory equivalent of regret. But Sir Snacksalot perseveres. He reaches in, grabs the sacred slice, and slams the fridge door shut. Victory at last.
Indeed! Our hero collapses onto the couch, clutching his hard-won prize. Bonnie hovers nearby, probably planning how to steal a bite when he's not looking. It's a moment of triumph, the culmination of an epic quest. But wait, there's more to this tale.
A twist ending. Oh no, what could it be? Don't tell me the pizza slice has grown sentient and is plotting revenge.
Close, but even more devastating. Sir Snacksalot takes a triumphant bite of his prize, only to discover it's pineapple pizza, the ultimate betrayal. His scream of anguish echoes through the land, waking the neighbors and probably a few other forgotten leftovers.
Oh, the humanity. All that effort, all that bravery, only to be defeated by a controversial pizza topping. It's like a Greek tragedy, but with more dairy products and fuzzy slippers.
It really is. And what's the moral of this harrowing tale? Always label your leftovers and respect the power of the sniff test. Words to live by, if you ask me. But you know, this story really makes you think about our relationship with food, doesn't it?
You're right, it does. We've all been Sir Snacksalot at some point, braving the depths of our refrigerator in search of that perfect midnight snack. It's a universal experience that transcends cultures and cuisines.
Exactly. We buy food with the best intentions, swearing we'll eat healthier or cook more often. But life gets in the way, and suddenly we're facing down a fridge full of questionable choices and regrets. It's like a microcosm of human ambition and failure, all contained in a cool box in our kitchen.
That's deep. Who knew a story about a night-fighting yogurt could lead to such philosophical musings? But you're right. It's a reminder to appreciate what we have, even if it's not exactly what we thought we wanted.
And let's not forget the environmental impact of food waste. All those forgotten vegetables and mysterious leftovers add up. Maybe if we were all a bit more like Sir Snacksalot, brave enough to face our fridge dragons, we could reduce some of that waste. Although maybe we could do without the sword. Health and safety first, you know.
Good point. Although I still think the fuzzy bunny slippers should be mandatory fridge cleaning attire. But jokes aside, this story really highlights how we often take our food for granted. We have such abundance that we can afford to forget about entire meals hiding in the back of our fridges.
That's so true. And it's not just about waste. It's about appreciation. Sir Snacksalot went through all that trouble for a slice of pizza, only to be disappointed. How often do we do that in real life? We fixate on one thing, thinking it'll make us happy, only to find out it's not what we expected or wanted.
Exactly. And maybe it's also a reminder to be a little more adventurous with our leftovers. Who knows? That mysterious container at the back of the fridge might turn out to be delicious. Or it might try to kill you. It's all part of the adventure.
I'm not sure I'm ready for that level of culinary Russian roulette. But I do think I'll be a bit more mindful next time I'm staring into the fridge abyss. Maybe I'll channel my inner Sir Snacksalot and face my food fears head-on. Who knows? I might discover a new favorite dish. Or at least clear out some space for new groceries.
That's the spirit. Just remember, if you encounter any expired yogurt dragons or suspiciously gooey cucumbers, you have our full permission to order takeout instead. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, especially when it comes to potentially sentient leftovers.
Noted. And on that note, I think it's time we wrap up this episode of I-Dophler. Remember, listeners, be brave, be hungry, and always check the expiration date. And maybe, just maybe, Give that mysterious container in the back of your fridge a chance. Who knows? It might surprise you.
And if all else fails, pizza is just a phone call away. Just make sure to specify your topping preferences clearly. We wouldn't want any pineapple-related tragedies.
Absolutely. Until next time, this is I-Dophler, reminding you that every meal is an adventure, especially when it's been in your fridge for a questionable amount of time. Thanks for listening, and may your leftovers always be identifiable and your yogurt never achieve sentience. Good night.